This Casual Friday is completely by surprise. Let's see. He's laughing. So
I'm scared.
I think we should be. It's probably reasonable.
All right.
Should we whisper? Let's whisper until he's ready.
Today's Casual Friday.
Jeremy, how are you doing? Do you know what we're going to talk about yet? Do you know what we're going to talk about yet?
The little squeak.
So I'm not gonna get into the book,
Okay.
but I have a question.
Uh-oh.
Do you believe
In magic.
in extraterrestrial life
Yes.
of the non-biblical variety? So not like angels and
Oh, like
demons
aliens
and things. Do you believe that aliens exist?
Yes.
I am 50-50.
Why yes?
Because to me, it just makes sense. Right? If the universe
Really?
if the universe is so big, why are we the only living beings? Why is our planet the only one that's inhabitable?
Okay, but not a. So, how somebody would refute that?
Sure.
You're just saying that for some reason, because the universe is bigger, that the odds are greater. Because it doesn't. Because a large universe doesn't necessarily mean that there's
Not
other
even the
living
odds.
beings.
For me, and this is not a scientific basis on anything. For me, it makes sense, not because of the odds, but because it just maybe it's a gut thing. Like the universe is so big, why not? You know?
Okay.
Why, you got something?
No,
You seen aliens?
you're 50-50.
Sometimes I see and hear things that make me believe that there are aliens out there. Like just, when you see those clips that people share where there's like some beam of light that just streams across the sky really quickly. And I'm like, what is that?
Shooting star.
No, it's not a shooting star. Idiot. Sorry, Polly
That's
sister.
an alien.
Well, the reason I personally don't believe.
At all. Not even like, there's like 10% of you that maybe. There's
That's
nothing.
like 150, 0.
Well, so it's kind of one of those things. It's like, we'll never know because the universe is so big and it's ever expanding. And so it's like, you can't say for sure, like, no, there's not.
Right.
I just don't think there is. He thinks there is. You're not sure. I don't think there is. So I don't want to say like that's 0%.
I'm agnostic for alien belief, pretty much.
Okay, the reason I did bring this up is because I saw, this is all I know is the headline. I don't care. I don't want to read the article. It's just some guy apparently just wrote a book. And I guess people are catching on to this, that he says that UFOs and things like you were referencing that we have seen, the people have seen, claim to see, are actually piloted by time traveling humans. That these are people
I've heard that.
that are humans just like you and I, but they are visiting us, say, from the future, and they are providing us with possibly technology, that they are coming from a future that is far more expanded than our own, I guess in some sort of alternate reality or multiverse or something of this sort. And that they are visiting us, and I guess from what I gathered is perhaps supplying us with knowledge, skills, abilities, and technology that otherwise we would not have. And people are saying this is like the boom in technology from the past 100 years. Perhaps that this is an explanation. You've heard about the reverse engineering, that we have things at Area 51 that they've taken alien ships apart, and that's how we've gotten better technology and things like that. But this guy's saying that it's humans.
Here's a question. Does alien have to mean like what we think of as alien? Or can aliens be future humans that inhabit another planet?
Yes. Yeah, anything that's alien to us and our
Because
existence.
I always hate when people say, "Oh, it's a UFO." It's like, if you don't know what it is, yes, it's a UFO. It's an
Right.
unidentified flying object.
Right.
You're right.
But that
Doesn't make it alien.
technical term now is synonymous with alien spaceship, and that's not the case. It's just anything that you have not identified that is
Right.
flying in the atmosphere.
Maybe it's not about giving us technology. Maybe we're just like a zoo. They're like
Observing us.
Yeah, maybe it's just like
History
I wonder.
books, like
I
we
wonder what
read,
the
they just watch.
what the 2000s were like, and they're like, let's go to their version of Disneyland and see.
Like, oh, it sucks.
Yeah,
back
maybe
home.
I don't know,
Yeah,
but
that's possible.
yeah,
So what does this do to your faith beliefs?
it does nothing. I'm 50-50. Let me ask you guys this: do you want there to be aliens? Why?
I want there to be like weird aliens.
I want there to. I'll be honest. I want there to be all of them: Loch Ness monster, Bigfoot,
Oh yeah.
Chupacabra.
Oh, I want the Bigfoot to exist.
I want all of it. Just because it'd be fun.
It would be great.
I thought you were about to say something like
It would be great. You discover a Loch
philosophical.
Ness monster, and it's not something that we've had. Like, not a species. There's only one of them.
Like, how exciting is it when it's like new fish discovered in the ocean? It's just like this little thing. You're like, oh, that's something we didn't know about. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if like Sasquatch was just like just busted in like Congress or something? I don't know. Like, you imagine how awesome that would be.
I would love it.
Especially if he busted into Congress.
And he had something to say about how they're running the country.
Deforestation. I'm running out of places to hide. Y'all gonna find me. Oh, wait.
Yeah, that would be amazing.
I'm a big sci-fi person. Like, so I just think it would be cool for like a lot of the stuff that's just made up and
I have a
these
really
things
good
to
question.
eventually be real.
Interstellar.
What's like the most realistic alien movie that you like could see being possible?
Alf. my mind first went to Signs, even though the whole premise of Signs
God, don't even get me
drives
started.
totally crazy.
Why?
The water hurts them, but there's water in the atmosphere. He goes.
There's
crazy.
literally like our planet is a giant globe of
Nerd.
water.
Just enjoy the movie.
I did when it first came out. Then like 2 years later, I was like, this is dumb.
You're
But
like, wait a minute.
seriously,
That's the twist.
probably something more like War of the Worlds.
Mm.
An invasion type thing.
I mean, why not? Or what's that movie? Ooh, I want to go watch this movie, but I don't know what it is. It's the one where
Describe it.
the ship is just like sitting very close to Earth, and the lady is trying to
Oh,
figure
that's,
out their language.
It's one word, isn't it?
Them visitors.
No.
Contact?
Us.
The
Somebody's screaming out there right now.
visitation? It's Amy Adams.
Lady, 80
80.
Amy Adams learn alien language movie.
Is it the visitation?
Story of your life. According
that's
to
not it.
Wikipedia,
That's not
it
it.
is based
Visitation.
on the 1998 short story.
Ask-
The
Store-
coming over, the sleepover.
Let's make an alien movie and call it The Sleepover.
They're just here for one night.
We have a pillow fight with them and everything.
Arrival.
Arrival.
It was the first. I don't know why Google decided.
That movie was kind of slow.
Arrival. I liked it
I didn't.
because I'm really big into semiotics. I talk about that a lot. Symbols and language and purveying meaning.
I need more alien. When I see an alien movie, I want to see more alien. It wasn't enough.
I can understand that.
You know?
I don't know, man.
I like creatures. I want to see.
But you know what,
It would
though?
have been cool to see those
9
creatures
times
more.
out of 10, when they do show the creature, I'm disappointed. And
Yeah.
and in like horror movies, I hate when they show you what like the bad person looks like at the beginning.
Or in the trailer.
Oh yeah,
I
yeah,
love
yeah.
the mystery to
I
it.
did too.
I don't want to see their face.
That's
I don't-
why.
not
That's
yet,
why. The Quiet Place did so well because like it was a monster movie when there were like there was a lot of monster things coming out, but they didn't show.
And the second
At
one's coming out.
You know, then you didn't even really see it towards the end of the movie. The second half, I'd say, is when you actually see the creature.
I love it like that.
Yeah, me
and that's
too.
kind of how Signs was too. You're just like, there's legs. There's that one like scene where the thing like walks and looks at the camera, but it was very vague. And if you were watching it, especially like in a theater or in a setting where you couldn't pause it or look, it's like, oh, what was that? You know, and you're a part of that moment.
Yeah.
As opposed to like,
I always think of that one that like walks through the little girl's quinceañera or something
Yeah,
like
that's-
that. The alien's just like
What about what's that other alien movie?
Alien?
The dude when the dude like somehow ends up turning into an alien. And then
District 9?
yes.
Yeah.
I thought that was a really good
I
movie.
forgot about that.
District
Yeah.
9 is cool because that's like it subverts the whole like classic alien invasion monster theory. Like these are aliens that are living on Earth and they're actually under our oppression instead of the other way around. Like
Yeah.
they're living in that community in like South Africa. or
Which
something
knowing
like
humans, that's probably what we would
that.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, second one, they're gonna come back and get us all.
The sequel.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 What if weird time traveling human alien people?
What if?
That's boring. I don't want to be an alien.
Here's a question on the time travel thing. I'm not even going to get into like, do you believe it's real? Would you want to do it?
I would have to see some other people do it first to make sure they like
Like, if
come
it
back
was- if it
whole. And then
I've just seen too many movies where they get stuck with like
Yeah.
running from T-Rexes and stuff. Like,
nope.
Like if it's been proven and it's a thing, like if it's like, you know, our smartphone, it's something that for the most part, you know, is a safe technology and you had any option to travel past, present,
Well, there's only so far I can go.
travel to the present.
There's only
oh, we're doing it. Ooh.
We're time travelers.
We could
guys.
sell this.
I was gonna say there's only so far I could go back, if you know what I mean. Y'all just tell me how it was. Take some pictures. Just being real. Maybe the 70s is as far back I go. Anything after that, I'm not doing it.
You just have to go really far back.
I don't know, bro.
Like you got to go like prehistory, probably.
I wish Phil was here right now.
That's what I keep thinking.
Phil would be on the floor right now.
Oh man. Oh.
So the future, then.
Definitely go to the future.
Oh.
Do you think it would be cool if like you could if rather than you're actually like traveling, you could just observe, like almost like if there was like a device that you could look at and you could actually observe
That would be
the
cool.
actual past.
No, legitimately, yes. They're probably, I don't know if I can pick moments in history off the top of my head, but I know I've said before, like, if I could go back to that, I would.
And be like a fly on the wall just to see it happening.
Like, for some first thing that comes to mind, and this is weird. The Boston Tea Party, like that moment. And they're like, you know what? Forget y'all. Like just knowing now in hindsight. Because I think like those moments in history, everything is kind of sensationalized. So like I always want to know, like other things like the Gettysburg Address. Like in our mind, it plays like, you know, like for
This
instance,
grandiose thing.
like
Yeah.
one of the greatest speeches of all time, I Have a Dream speech, right? Like you couldn't sensationalize that.
Right.
Like you can't make it any better than it was.
Right.
I mean, it's just like spine tingling, just good. But then there's these other moments in history. I'm like, was it like that? Or are we
Yeah.
just playing it up? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so there's moments. I think if I could be in the theater when Lincoln got shot, that it would be crazy.
I feel like that was like a wild moment.
Right. So like there's certain moments in history that's
You know what
like,
I read about that? Is that basically after Lincoln was shot, like John Wilkes Booth like jumped down from the balcony and like broke his leg. And people didn't even notice what had happened to Lincoln at first. Like they were people that were
like, oh, poor baby.
they were like there were people like apparently like their initial reaction was to like this guy broke his leg.
What if that was part of the plan? He was like, so nobody will help him those first few moments. I'm just going to jump off.
Gosh.
Like broken leg, take one for the team. What if he was a time traveling human alien who knew that would happen?
That would be, you know, it would be crazy if the future humans controlled our past.
So that our future was not theirs.
Yeah.
No, so our future was theirs.
Our future is theirs because we're them.
We are the future.
So there's this
We are the world.
there's this like it's like one of those DC comics TV shows that are on and a lot on the CW, and a lot of them are pretty like dramatic, but this one is like overly goofy. They've like leaned in on it. It's about time traveling. It's called Legends of Tomorrow. And a lot of their content is like somebody did something or something happened in history, and then but it ended up like that event changed in some way. Like someone didn't, like Martin Luther King didn't give his speech, or no, they didn't use that, but like someone didn't write this book that inspired this person to do this big thing, and they like their mission is to like go back and fix it, but they're always like screwing it up along the way, but by the end they end up
Right.
making it out okay.
I feel like I've heard that plot before.
That's every episode of their show. It's funny though.
We went from talking about aliens to time travel.
It's fair.
Makes sense.
Well, because
Makes sense.
Because the
article-
aliens that I'm aware of have time travel. That's why. We're friends.
time is relative anyway. We won't get into that.
Time is a construct.
Theory of relativity,
Just pointing at your buddy. You've been sitting inside of his
Old
mouth.
Albert.
general and special relativity.
You've been sitting inside of his mouth this whole time.
That is awkward.
That's inappropriate, Polly.
For the, like we need to give context for people who are listening to just the audio.
There is a giant poster-ish thing of Albert Einstein behind Jeremy. And it's larger than him. And his
not
head,
life-sized Albert Einstein. I hope.
No.
Maybe we could go back in time and see.
Maybe he was that big. That's why he's so important to history, because he was
A giant.
man
You're
with
an
a
idiot.
giant intellect.
No, he just changed the way we see the entire universe. But
Sure.
yeah, also what you
He
said.
was also very large.
Because of his
Also
height.
9 feet tall with a head the size of a hockey puck.
He's cute.
We got to end there because it's getting. It was
Weird.
already dumb, but
Yeah. Night night.
Just gonna say that.
don't start. That's not your thing. Snip that in the bud right now.